Right now, roughly 99% of everything you're doing online is traveling through cables lying on the bottom of the ocean. Satellites get all the glory, but they carry a tiny fraction of global traffic. The real backbone is a mesh of fiber optic cables snaking across every ocean floor. They link continents, banks, and entire economies in fractions of a second. There are over 500 of these cables, stretching more than 1,000,000 kilometers, enough to wrap the Earth dozens of times over. But here's the problem. Down there in the cold and the pressure, things break constantly. On average, a submarine cable is damaged somewhere in the world every couple of days. Most failures aren't dramatic, they're mundane. Fishing trawlers dragging nets and ship anchors cause the majority of breaks in shallow water. An anchor the size of a car, dragged along the seabed, can slice a cable carrying half a continent's internet. Then there's nature. Underwater landslides, earthquakes, and turbidity currents can snap multiple cables at once. In 2006, a quake near Taiwan cut 9 cables in a single event, crippling internet across Asia for weeks. So who fixes them? Not a submarine full of divers. The answer is a fleet of highly specialized ships most people never hear about. Worldwide, there are only around 60 cable-laying and repair ships. That's the entire global fleet responsible for keeping the internet's physical spine alive. They're spread thin on standby, positioned around the globe like ocean paramedics. When a break is detected, the clock starts. A ship may steam for days just to reach the fault. First, engineers pinpoint the fault without ever seeing it. They send electrical pulses down the cable and measure how the signal bounces back, like sonar for wires. This can locate a break within a few kilometers, thousands of miles away. Once they arrive, the real work begins, and it starts by dropping a grapnel 2 miles straight down. That grapnel is basically a giant hook dragged along the seabed to snag the broken cable. In deep water, crews cut the cable in two, hook each end separately, and haul them to the surface one at a time. A single retrieval can take hours of tense, precise work. Picture it. A cable no thicker than a garden hose, lifted from 4 miles of crushing blackness onto a rolling deck. And the wildest part is still coming, because splicing this cable back together is almost surgical. Inside that cable are hair-thin glass fibers that carry light. To rejoin them, technicians strip the layers, align each fiber under a microscope, and fuse them with a tiny electric arc. The alignment must be accurate to within a fraction of a human hair. Every splice is tested, sealed, and armored before it ever touches the water again. There's no room for error out here. Here's a detail few people know. The repaired section is never the same length. Crews splice in a fresh piece of cable, so the fix leaves an extra loop of slack resting on the seabed. Every repair literally makes the cable a little longer. Then the healed cable is lowered back down, gently laid across the ocean floor, and the traffic starts flowing again. Start to finish, a single deep-sea repair can take 1 to 3 weeks. Weather, depth, and traffic all slow it down. During that time, your data gets rerouted through other cables, which is exactly why the network is built with backups. That's why a single cut rarely takes a country offline. Traffic instantly detours across other paths in the mesh. But redundancy has limits. Some regions rely on just 1 or 2 cables, so a single break can devastate them. When Tonga's only cable snapped after a volcanic eruption, the island nation lost the internet almost entirely for weeks. Which raises an uncomfortable question. How safe is this system that quietly runs our entire digital world? These cables move an estimated $10 trillion in financial transactions every single day. Yet they're largely unguarded, mapped in public charts and lying exposed on the seabed. Governments now treat them as critical, vulnerable infrastructure. In recent years, suspicious cable cuts near Europe have sparked real fears of deliberate sabotage on the ocean floor. And the fleet keeping it all running is aging and stretched. Many repair ships are decades old. Spare cable stockpiles are limited, and demand keeps rising as we lay more cables than ever before. The system that heals the internet is quietly under pressure. So the next time a video loads instantly across the planet, remember what made it possible. A cable no thicker than a hose on the ocean floor, healed by a hidden fleet of ships you'll probably never see. The internet isn't in the cloud. It's on the seabed, kept alive by ships most people never knew existed.